long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we say fuck this piece shit and grab them clappers? How long before we lose our voices shouting Black Lives Matter? How long we gon' keep letting them disrespect our president? How long we gon' keep letting them terrorize our residents? I'm sick of this shit, it's word to Bernie Mac. How long before we police ourselves, take our own streets back? How long for Uncle Tom here and hate on this shit? How long before they take a shot at me for making this shit? How long I gotta wait for justice for Josiah Shaw? How long we gotta fake it till we can take it and whack 'em all? How long we not gonna make these youngins pull their pants up? How long we gonna keep letting them shoot us down with our hands up? How long we gonna keep killing our own and making these streets hot? How long will what I say to you stay with you when the beats stop? How long's your attention span? How long you watch the news? You ain't down to shake shit up with the rebels for the cause? I ain't talking to you.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy Sunday. Welcome to Provoke Thoughts Live, man. I'm glad to have y'all up in the building tonight. Happy Sunday. Going back to work, but I got y'all tonight before y'all go to bed. Of course, we've been going through some things here this weekend when it comes to, the debate debacle that happened. It's been amazing just to see what actually happened in that debate, and the fallout has been tremendous. Just to see how easily the Democrats can turn on and eat their own is absolutely amazing. I ain't never seen nothing like it in my life. They flipped on this man, and all they talk about is this man need to go. But y'all the ones put him there. Y'all the ones that cart this man out here. Y'all push this man in front of these cameras and thinks that he's going to do what you need him to do. Really? You can only hide so much. And people have been seeing it, but they've been ignoring it because you said it was a cheap fake, deep fake, which is all they need, to still be a lunatic, is a conspiracy theory, which is what you was giving them. And then turn around. They watched live uncut television and was absolutely floored and flabbergasted. Like, this ain't no cheap fake. This is CNN, and CNN couldn't stop it. Nobody could stop it. I don't know if y'all gave him the shot in the booty too early in the day, but man, it didn't work out. It just didn't work out. It just didn't work out. I don't know what to tell y'all. And then, you got a total dog on the other side that was trying his best not to bite the shit out of him. But, some people say they should have went harder, but I think he hit him right where he needed to hit him. When he was totally intelligible, he reiterated, hey, I don't understand, and I don't think he know. I don't even think the world understood that. And it kind of, I commend Donald Trump for being a grown-ass man in a childish situation. Because it was all childish and kiddish. Because you set the rules to the game. You moved the goalposts around. You didn't want to do anything that he wanted to do, and he still mops the floor with your candidate. But the thing about this, he didn't have to do nothing. The mop was already on the floor. All he had to do was just move it around. He was already on the floor. When he walked out, messed everybody up. Because CNN and MSNBC does not show when he's struggling trying to get to an airplane, or when he's struggling trying to get down some stairs, or when he can't find his way off the stage. And if you're sitting there and you dedicated to watching CNN and MSNBC and you haven't seen these things, it was a shock to the system. I don't know what the hell, I guess they expected him to jog his ass out there like he did before. He better not have a jog. It would have been early. It would have been over early. It would have been an ambulance situation. I promise you. And I'm happy about the outcome as it pertains to us getting closer to making America great again. But it's sad as shit to see an old person go through this shit. But I feel like at the same time, there's so many different ranges and opposing thoughts. He brought a lot of this shit on himself throughout his career. I mean, so I can't Sorry, not sorry. I mean, is that how I'm supposed to feel? I mean, but so tonight we're going to investigate who Joe Biden is, was in the past, and who he's going to be in the future. And without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and bring up my boy Noob so we can go ahead and expound on a few things. What's going on, man? How you feeling?
What's up, man? I don't have the streak of compassion for Joe that you do. Yeah, because man, that dude in his entire career has just caused a mess. He's just a path of destruction pretty much everywhere he goes and everything he touches. And to me, the part that's mind-boggling is that, he's made it in that career field for this long.
Well, when you're glad handing and kissing ass and doing side deals and all of this shit, and you got other people's business that that's crooked that don't want to lose their career and shit, you latch on to that type of shit. It's a criminal fucking family.
Well, and it's not just that. It's just that people just don't pay attention because I mean, uh, it's not like Joe Biden, woke up, a few days ago and this is how he was. This is pretty much how he's always been. Uh, and it it just reminds me of all of the Mark Dice videos where he goes out and talks to people, on random beaches or whatever, and they have no idea what he's talking about. There are people in Southern California that that think if they just go out far enough off the coast, they're just gonna find Alaska because that's where it is on the map.
Right, absolutely, man. But like I said, it's just to me, dementia has gotta be a horrifying experience. I mean, because not only is your memory and all that shit fading, you are aware. You're aware that it's happening.
I think that's the deal that he made.
You're literally aware. Like, I actually watched the debate over again without commentary, without anything, man. And it was even worse than what I was watching before. And I do think that people need to go to jail behind this shit because I think that they wanted to deflect and say that Donald Trump tried to coup the government, but I think that the real coup was implanting Joe Biden in the White House and somebody else is running this damn country. That's what I think, and that's what I think has been happening.
Same with the Obama administration.
Or maybe it was Obama, period.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Or maybe it was the major companies, maybe it was Soros, you never know. And the reason why they want Donald Trump out the way is because he murdered their plan. They never thought that he could ever win. They never thought it. I mean, I can sit here and safely say I've watched so much footage that I know they thought it laughable. He never had a chance. And the only reason why he even had a chance is because of Hillary's bullshit. They had it, but her criminal bullshit that she's a career criminal kept coming out and bubbling to the fucking surface. And it's so sad because even though I feel sorry to a certain degree for Joe, we ain't here to feel sorry for no fucking body. And this asshole ain't been shit since day fucking one, okay? Since the day he set his lying, plagiaristic, racist ass into office, he hasn't been shit, okay? He's an old racist that's done forgot he's a fucking racist, okay? He probably will remember, but now you got all your little cronies and you got your Fannie Willises and your Letitia Jameses and your Alvin Braggs and shit and these other dumbasses crying on CNN about you. Oh, he's a good man. No, he's a dumbass man because when Donald Trump said that he graduated at the bottom of his damn class, it was absolutely true. He was 79 of 86. Dumb.
That's bad.
Stupid S.O.B. He plagiarized everybody and everything. There's no speech that it is his own. He's used to saying other people's speeches. When he did D-Day, he said Ronald Reagan's freaking speech. They know that he's the guy that you can put in front of a damn teleprompter and he'll read whatever the fuck it is. He doesn't give a shit as long as he get a check and as long as he's able to do his shit and as long as Jill able to go get the ugly fucking dresses she wears. He's a piece of horse shit that just got old. Dog shit, you know what? Fuck it. Don't feel sorry for him because dog shit when it's old and it's on your yard, I don't give a fuck about that shit. Oh, you know, no, fuck him. Seriously, fuck the Democratic Party. They sit here and they lie, and I've been telling people, I realized years ago they were lying their asses off. They never do a damn thing. The only thing they want you to do is be docile and under their control. That's it. They want nothing else. They were salivating over COVID because then now they can control the fucking people. That's what they wanted. They wanted control of us. And they got it because, oh, we don't know what to do. Go put some fucking Vic salve on your chest and sit in front of the damn stove like your mama used to have you do and get your respiratory shit back in order. Whatever you do, don't go to that stinking ass hospital because they're trying to kill you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the truth. I'm sorry. I'm a little upset. But you know, when we come to think about it, when you think about it, fuck them. At the end of the day, footage. Pause for the calls. We need footage and I need a beer.
Presidential candidate Joseph Biden today faces a controversy. 3 weeks ago at a debate at the Iowa State Fair, he used phrases identical to those delivered by British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock.
Biden seemed to be claiming Kinnock's vision and life as his own.
Why is it that my wife, who's sitting out there in the audience, is the first in her family to ever go to college?
Why is Gladys the first woman in her family in 1,000 generations to be able to get the university?
My ancestors who worked in the coal mines in northeast Pennsylvania don't come up after 12 hours and play football.
8 hours underground and then come up and play football.
It's because they didn't have a platform upon which to stand.
There was no platform upon which they could stand.
The notion that every thought or notion or idea you'd have to go back and find and attribute to someone, I think is, quite frankly, ludicrous.
The problem here is that Senator Biden told his audience he'd just been thinking about these things, and he failed to give any credit at all to his famous British speechwriter.
You know, I was thinking on the way over here. Now that's a little too much because, as you point out, what's behind the words? What's there? And a lot of people that rap on Biden has always been that it's just a surface.
I should have said, to paraphrase Neil Kinnock, it's the only time I didn't, and all the times I've ever used it.
But CBS News found a tape of a second instance.
It reappeared in the New York Times with a new charge, that Biden had appropriated a famous litany from the late Robert Kennedy about what the gross national product cannot measure.
It cannot measure the health of our children,
The health of our children,
the quality of our education,
the quality of their education,
the joy of their play,
or the joy of their play.
Biden gave Kennedy no credit. He has also quoted or paraphrased John Kennedy, Hubert Humphrey, and British Labour Party leader Neil Kinnock, all without credit.
Joseph Biden admitted today that he committed plagiarism when he was in law school. He said it was a mistake, but that it was unintentional.
He quoted 5 pages of someone else's work without proper citation.
I've done some dumb things.
You're damn right about that. That was all of that shit was just dumb.
Yep. And this all this stuff gets memory hold, you know.
Right. He's a good man, but if you went back and found out any of this shit about Donald Trump,
oh my goodness, it would be like, yeah, they'd be building, you know, pyres to burn him on.
Any of this shit, any of the stuff you're hearing, stealing speeches and all type of shit. No fucking way.
I'll do dumb things again.
He was given an F.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I've been dumb.
To the political community in Washington, it all seems of a piece. Plagiarism at law school, plagiarism on the stump.
The great communicator. Strike that. The great imitator.
You don't steal verbatim, or when you do, as he did, 99.
When did these networks go all left and shit?
Whenever they started getting paid by the lefty oligarchs.
Oh my goodness, because I mean, hell, they on his ass.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they on his ass now, but still, Jesus Christ.
9% of the time you give credit.
Biden's critics say he sells himself as a man whose words and visions can inspire a new generation in politics. But if the thoughts, phrases, and visions really belong to others, it's a form of false advertising.
Is it a wise idea, though, to take something that personal, anyway, from another politician and try and appropriate it to your own campaign?
I think it was a stupid thing to appropriate material that was really very personal, that was someone else's.
Most people didn't know who he was, you know, Joe Biden, and now they're going to say, oh yeah, he's the guy who plagiarized.
There's a lot of people.
They tended to, they washed that away. They really washed that shit away. And it's like this shit never happened. It's crazy.
Politically, that's devastating. These clips are devastating. He looks like a Joe Biden wind-up doll with somebody else's words coming out.
Look, wait a minute, hold on. What'd she say? What did she say? That was good shit. Hold on, let's go ahead, lady. Let's do that again. Let's go.
Devastating. These clips are devastating. He looks like a Joe Biden wind-up doll with somebody else's words coming out. Looks like a Joe Biden wind-up doll with somebody else's words coming out.
If they're going to do things that are stupid as well as immoral, then they're probably too dumb to have the job of president.
Voters are going to have to decide whether he was dishonest or dumb.
Senator Joseph Biden may have more explaining to do.
The new questions stem from taped remarks of Biden during an April campaign appearance in New Hampshire.
I went to law school on a full academic scholarship, the only one in my class to have a full academic scholarship. Went back to law school and in fact ended up in the top half of my class. I was the outstanding student in the political science department at the end of my year. I graduated with 3 degrees from undergraduate school and 165 credits, only needed 123 credits.
Biden now concedes he did not graduate in the top half of his law school class, that he does not have 3 degrees from college, and that he was not named outstanding political science student in college.
Newsweek says Biden actually went to school on a half scholarship, ended up near the bottom of his class, and won only 1 degree, not 3.
Damn! And Trump lie every time he opened his mouth, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and that's all you see. That's the only argument that you see. Like even on, if you go over to NBC or MSNBC on YouTube, that's all you'll see.
But usually they'll show what they think is a lie. They ain't showed us shit.
Mm-mm.
Show me where he lied.
Yeah.
Show us, because he didn't lie. Joe was up there telling fib about the fib when he could talk.
And what was he convicted of? They don't even know. I don't think anybody knows.
I like the fact he was like, your son is a convicted felon.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Straight up. You better get out of my face, punk. Oh, wait.
Joe Biden ranked 76th in a class of 85 at the
Dum, 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 dum.
There was somebody in there dumber than him.
Hey, shit. I don't know. Nancy Pelosi? Did she go to school with him? Shit, good Lord.
University of Syracuse Law School. I mean, this guy comes off this whole thing as a flyweight.
Now Biden says Newsweek is right. His memory had failed him.
And
his memory had failed him. So we've been dealing with this cognitive shit since the 80s?
At least.
Since the 80s?
He has never been able to keep his own lies straight. Never.
Oh my God, Joe Biden. What the hell is going on?
Delighted to sit down and compare my IQ to yours if you'd like, Frank.
Joe Biden was victimized by the truth.
Bye-bye Biden. He may not know it yet, but I think this is going to be very difficult for him to recover.
Is Joe Biden dead meat, yes or no?
I think so.
Bob?
It's in terminal condition.
Terminal? Eleanor?
Yes, unless he comes in third in Iowa.
Morton.
Dying.
I say dead. We'll be right back.
That aged like a fine wine, I think. What
Yeah,
do you
I'd
think,
like
Luke?
to go back and tell that guy that that he's going to be president.
Bullshit.
Yeah, the guy who said that his career was already dead and over with.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You know, and it's crazy, like the projection and the line and the spinning. He's been doing it forever, man. It's like, oh shit. Are you kidding me? You've been doing this forever?
Yeah, and it's crazy to watch, like, you know, ABC cover that, you know, because you don't see that anymore.
Right. You know what? And I might have a few non-Trump supporters, or somebody that's down the middle, and somebody, because I have this thing about people calling Donald Trump a racist, and I can put it into words, and I can, but it's nothing like when somebody can bring you the footage, man. They can bring you the footage, they can bring it to you, and they can bring it to you nice. So we got a guy, a comedian. He's gonna have all this information on the screen. So shout out to this guy. And he went and got the information. And it's wild, man. It's wild. I mean, we can run it now because we got to get to that panel situation soon. It's coming. So let's go.
Oh, hey there. It's me, Kayvon, by far the most famous and influential half-Persian comedian in the world. I come from a Muslim immigrant family, and if you're wondering about these black circles under my eyes, no, I'm not tired, I'm just Persian. Since I come from that kind of a background, I need to pick a non-racist candidate for this upcoming election, and we're gonna do that together. Obviously, the media tells us Donald Trump is the racist, so that's gonna be pretty easy. After all, he did call white supremacists fine people, remember? Show the clip.
They were people protesting very quietly the taking down of the statue of Robert E. Lee. People that were very fine people.
Black people, huh? They failed to mention that part too, huh? Wow.
People on both sides. And I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. But you had many people in that group other than neo-Nazis and white nationalists, okay?
Okay, so that whole fine people thing was a hoax. He denounced white supremacy. Well, that was just a fluke. Remember, in the most recent debate, Trump would not denounce or condemn white supremacy or the KKK. Show that one.
Are you willing tonight to condemn white supremacists and militia groups and to say that they need to stand down and not add to the violence in a number of these cities, as we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland? Are you prepared to specifically?
All right, if he keeps condemning, we're going to have to give him a coin like Mario. Eventually he'll get a free life. But that wasn't a very good condemnation. I like him hard and fast. It's not like he already condemned white supremacy to that same reporter 4 years earlier, is it?
What are your views on the Ku Klux Klan and white supremacists?
I totally disavow the Ku Klux Klan. I totally disavow David Duke.
You're telling me he condemned white supremacy to the same reporter?
Exactly.
And why is Chris Wallace so focused on condemning white supremacy? This is like a fetish for this sicko. Go on. Do it. Condemn it, Mr. President. Condemn it for me. One more time. Tell me I'm a bad boy. Tell me I'm a racist. Tell me you hate the KKK. I need you to do it. Ooh, tell me how much you hate the Grand Wizard. Oh. Disgusting. I'm creeped out just watching that. Well, whatever. At least Biden would never say anything even close to racist, so that's the safe choice, right?
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who was articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
What the fuck?
Though we still have great comedy out there. There's always rambling Joe Biden. What the fuck?
Robin Williams is the man. We definitely need comedians to shed light when others won't. That's what makes America great.
David Duke announced his Senate candidacy.
Are you ready before you ask the question?
Newt Gingrich said,
rebuked. Is that okay? Rebuked.
Rebuked.
Done.
Done.
He's run for president twice before, unsuccessfully. He's never before been the front runner.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump,
and you ain't black. It don't have nothing to do with Trump.
Okay, so why am I being told Trump is the racist and Biden isn't? It appears the media is trying to divide good people
on both sides. The hell?
It went dark.
I know it did. It sure did.
What'd you do? What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
What did you do, man? You pressed the wrong button.
No, I didn't push the button at all. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna leave out and come right back, and we're gonna get right to it, okay? Because it's on.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna go over my bingo card.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. This is from the debate, and so I don't know if y'all can see this or not. I had to go back through the debate and make sure that I got everything. So the brain freezes, the whispers, shouted into the mic a couple of times. This one here is what did I do with it? Here we go. Oh yeah. Can't find his way off stage. We saw that at the end after they cut everything off. Forgets where he is. This one's a freebie. He just, yeah. I would have liked to have had more spaces for, like specific lies. He didn't mention core pop that I remember. He slurred a couple of times. Even Trump said he didn't know what the hell he just said. Blame Trump, of course. We didn't hear the 18-wheeler story. This could have happened. And so I have not been able to confirm the Soils himself yet, but that very well could have happened. And so that would be another square, in which case that would give us a bingo. Nope, we're still missing cheap fake. He didn't call anything a cheap fake. The nonstop cough, that was a thing. And so, wow, I mean, whoever made up this bingo card did a pretty good job, is all I'm saying. And so, I mean, this came out a couple of days before the debate. And, pretty spot on. Did you get it figured out over there?
Man, look, I don't know what the hell just happened. I don't know. Like my screen went black and YouTube just like disengaged. We're gonna get back into it.
Oh,
that wasn't in YouTube. That was actually my file.
Okay.
So we will get back into it.
All right.
No, you was actually into some good shit though, real quick.
Oh, I was done. We got to the bottom of the card. I was just, I mean, I don't know if I showed you this or not before, but yeah, they did a really good job of making this card because look at all of the hits they got. I mean, we didn't get a bingo. See, we got a break over here because he didn't mention corn pop. On the Benny show, I think they got on mic that Biden might have, but it's unconfirmed. And I don't think he ever even mentioned Hunter.
Nah, he threw himself out there.
Now this one, the saved by fake Tapper. He, fake Tapper did.
He did save him a couple of times.
Yeah, he did save him a couple of times by going away. He didn't fall down that we saw, and he didn't mention cheap fake. So, really close though. I mean, we got a nice full card here. We just didn't get a bingo. We really needed that corn pop.
Himself, he didn't. We don't know that.
Yeah, we can't confirm it. There was definitely a
maybe, yeah,
kind of like a rumbling fart noise that was recorded, but we can't.
He did say he was from Scranton.
Did he?
Immediately.
Okay, well, that still doesn't give us a bingo because
he got saved by fake Tapper.
And he touched his ear instead of his nose this time.
Yeah, but that was to check the hearing aid with the device they had and it feeding them lines.
Yeah, that could be. And so that would, yeah. So the touches the nose thing still breaks, it still breaks our bingo. So it's still really close to, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12.
Predictable, Joe?
12 out of 25.
Yep. So let's get back into it because they was giving Trump Mario coins and shit. For all the times he disavowed. This is a hilarious.
As we saw in Kenosha and as we've seen in Portland.
Sure,
Are you
I'm
prepared
willing to do that.
All right, if he keeps condemning, we're going to have to give him a coin like Mario. Eventually he'll get a free life. But that wasn't a very good condemnation. I like him hard and fast. It's not like he already condemned white supremacy to that same reporter 4 years earlier, is it?
What are your views on the Ku Klux Klan and white supremacists?
I totally disavow the Ku Klux Klan. I totally disavow David Duke.
You're telling me he condemned white supremacy to the same reporter? And why is Chris Wallace so focused on condemning white supremacy? This is like a fetish for this sicko. Go on, do it. Condemn it, Mr. President. Condemn it for me. One more time. Tell me I'm a bad boy. Tell me I'm a racist. Tell me you hate the KKK. I need you to do it. Ooh, tell me how much you hate the Grand Wizard. Oh, disgusting. I'm creeped out just watching that. Well, whatever. At least Biden would never say anything even close to racist, so that's the safe choice, right?
I mean, you got the first sort of mainstream African American who is articulate and bright and clean and a nice looking guy. I mean, that's a storybook, man.
What the fuck?
Though we still have great comedy out there. There's always rambling Joe Biden. What the fuck?
Robin Williams is the man. We definitely need comedians to shed light when others won't. That's what makes America great.
David Duke announced his Senate candidacy.
Are you ready before you ask the question?
Newt Gingrich said,
Rebuked. Is that okay? Rebuked.
Rebuked.
Done.
Done.
He's run for president twice before, unsuccessfully.
Let's keep
He's never
flogging that
before been
mule.
the front runner.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. It don't have nothing to do with Trump.
Okay, so why am I being told Trump is the racist and Biden isn't? It appears the media is trying to divide good people on both sides. Well, after just a few of these clips, it got me thinking. I decided to dig up a handful of times Trump condemned white supremacy, and then several times Biden was racist, to show what you never saw. Enjoy my montage.
How do you feel about the recent endorsement from David Duke?
I didn't even know he endorsed me. David Duke endorsed me? Okay. All right. I disavow. Okay?
What you all know, but most people don't know, unlike the African American community, with notable exceptions, the Latino community is an incredibly diverse community with incredibly different attitudes about different things.
Joe says shit that even people with Tourette's go, no. No.
We have this notion that somehow if you're poor, you cannot do it. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids.
I disavowed David Duke, and I disavowed him the day before at a major news conference, which is surprising because he was at the major news conference. CNN was at the major news conference, and they heard me very easily disavow David Duke.
Unchain Wall Street. They're going to put you all back in chains.
Come here, Joe. Sit down.
What's really going on here is white supremacy is not a major force in anyone's life in 2020. But the media is pushing a hoax on us. Remember Jussie Smollett's, Bubba Wallace? Remember the Covington Cross kids? It's a...
And that's exactly what that shit was. That's that division for no reason at all. Like, man, come on, bro.
And if you want to see it playing out again in real time right now, go out and Google search the number one or the top VP pick for Donald Trump. They are jamming Nikki Haley down everybody's throat like it's going out of style, and there'll never be another one like her as long as we live.
No way. No way.
Nope. No way. Exactly right. And the only ones that you see this from are these fake libtard media outlets. You know what I mean? Right. But I mean, if you go out and just do a search, those are the returns you're getting. And so we can see the lie in real time.
Right.
Hoax. And there's ghost hunting going on. You see, when no one's racist and we don't know who we gonna ask? CNN. They'll tell you. If you look at all the recent forms of terrorism, racism, and murder, looting, and rioting in the streets, it did not come from any white supremacists. They were nowhere to be found. And yet BLM and Antifa were everywhere.
Right after that, I also disavowed David Duke. When we looked at it and looked at the question, I disavowed David Duke. So I've disavowed David Duke all weekend long on Facebook, on Twitter, and obviously it's never enough.
David Duke.
David Duke is a bad person who I disavowed on numerous occasions.
And because of a corrupt system that exists in Mexico, I voted for a fence. I voted, unlike most Democrats, and some of you won't like it, I voted for 700-mile fence. And you will not like this. And punish American employers who knowingly violate the law.
Say what? Say what?
Imagine that.
Say what? Say what? Oh man. What the hell is going on here? Shit.
And in fact, they hire illegals. But they're the facts. People are driving across that border.
You notice even he still calls them illegals. He did at the debate. You know what it is. They illegal as shit. How you gonna try to make illegal better? Now, even illegals that's been here for years, shit, yeah, get there. You should have went and got your paperwork. You feel me?
Yeah.
They get jobs and all that. Man, come on, man. You didn't do it the right way. Shit, if I was on the corner selling fucking weeds, you wouldn't have that type of sympathy for my black ass. The hell?
With tons, hear me, tons.
Do you see this shit that he's saying?
Of everything from byproducts from methamphetamine to cocaine to heroin. It's all coming up through corrupt Mexico.
Corrupt Mexico.
Boy, we sure showed them a thing or two, huh?
This stuff is aging, boy. Well, this didn't age good though. This boy, you ain't boy. What?
Joe Biden says, "Hold my beer," in that corruption.
In the good old days, law enforcement acted a lot quicker than this.
He put out this tweet saying, as I stated at the press conference on Friday regarding David Duke, I disavow.
I won't say fairly. I have a very strong view relating to the matter to which you spoke last, and that is the hiring of undocumented workers. What did take place was a violation of the United States immigration law. The committee and the public, as we've discussed, has to be assured that you are, without exception, going to be willing to enforce the law.
This dude killing me right now. What a hypocrite.
I think they just wipe his memory every morning.
They hit him with the Men in Black pen.
Yeah, I mean, once they plug him into the wall and give him his new instructions for the new day, they just take out all the ones that were in there from the previous day.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
In the immigration law, when did you first hire the unauthorized workers?
Maybe it's time we realize that millennials will call everything racist. If they can't win an argument, you're racist. That's what they learned at college. Their professor gave them an A+ for it, made them valedictorian, and then handed them a bill for $300,000. Cha-ching! Class dismissed. They then go out into the world with that knowledge. If your dad grounds you, he's racist. If your brother takes your favorite ball away, he's Hitler. And worst of all, if your mother does not bring home the right flavor ice cream, she's a racist Hitler.
When I put out that I reject KKK and David Duke, nobody picks it up. You know why they don't? Because they don't want to pick it up. Now, I have been asked this question so many times. I have rejected it so many times.
White supremacists are saying, vote. Do you want those votes?
No, I don't want them, and I don't want him to say it. I don't like any group of hate.
Fresh scrutiny comes from his earliest years in the Senate, when he strongly opposed mandatory school busing. It was designed to achieve integration and a more equitable education. What's less known is how he followed.
That man been around 50 years, man. Shit. Yeah, he had a little bit of that bullshit in him. He was raised with him and dad, Uncle Bozy and all that shit. That's why he was molesting when you got grown, you motherfucker. Damn, Joe.
the lead of some of the Senate's most fervent segregationists. In a series of never-before-published letters reviewed by CNN, the strength of Biden's opposition to busing comes into sharper focus. On
by CNN, damn.
Yeah, when they used to be trusted.
Oh, good Lord.
March 25th, 1977, Biden wrote, "My bill strikes at the heart of the injustice of court-ordered busing. It prohibits the federal courts from disrupting our educational system." Biden sought and received support from Mississippi Senator James Eastland, a leading symbol of Southern resistance to desegregation. He frequently spoke of blacks as, quote, an inferior race.
And it's personal, and I was actually it was hurtful to hear.
What do we have here?
Everybody forgets this too.
What do we have here? Snakes all in the grass. Oh my God, that is crazy. Snakes all in the grass, man. This is, wow. Listen to what she got to say. It's pretty interesting.
Here you talk about the reputations of two United States senators who built their reputations and career on the segregation of race in this country. And it was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me. Do you agree today?
She's a lying piece of crap.
You were wrong
fighting
to
another
oppose
lying
busing
piece of
in
crap.
America.
To coddle the reputations of segregationists, of people who, if they had their way, I would literally not be standing here as a member of the United States Senate, is, I think, it's misinformed and it's wrong.
Did you apologize for that?
He's going to have to make that decision. But, you know, let's be very clear that the senators that he is speaking
always a lie coming when she
with
says
such
that.
adoration are individuals who made and built their reputation on segregation. The Ku Klux Klan celebrated the election of one of them. So this is a very serious matter.
Hate groups are not for me. But I've said this before. The press hates me to say it. They just don't want to pick it up.
We are a country that stands united in condemning hate and evil in all of its very ugly forms.
Joe is like her uncle who's on a new drug and hasn't got the dosage right.
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test?
Because you're an imbecile, Joe.
Come on, man. That's like saying you, before you got in this program, if you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not, what do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
And evil. About the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally. We condemn in the strongest possible terms this egregious display of hatred, bigotry, and violence. It has no place in America.
So the question facing Biden is how he reconciles nearly a half century in public life with today's Democratic Party. Of course, Jake, one of his biggest pieces of experience is that experience and long record. That also is one of his biggest challenges.
Even call centers, which rushed overseas in the hundreds of thousands. How many times you get the call? I'd like to talk to you about your...
Racism is evil. And those who cause violence in its name are criminals and thugs, including the KKK, neo-Nazis, white supremacists, and other hate groups that are repugnant to everything we hold dear as Americans.
In Delaware, the largest growth in population is Indian Americans moving from India. You cannot go to a 7-Eleven or a Dunkin' Donuts unless you have a slight Indian accent.
This dude a trip.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep.
And trust me, when you got dementia, them ideas will fly out your mouth.
and this is when he was a young man.
This is how he really feels. And people don't even understand that when you got dementia, you mess around and be the saying some shit. they better think about that shit on the Democratic side.
Mm-hmm.
He might be like, man, all y'all niggas is there. Y'all ain't getting shit.
I just, at this point, if you don't get it, you're not gonna.
Oh my goodness! But I'm trying to. I got my drill out, and I'm trying to soak this shit in because I know there's some people out here that might listen, or whatever, and they might not. They be maybe on the fence, but I need you to understand what the hell is going on. Trump ain't no racist, man. It's being proven right here. This is some great footage, man. This guy killed this shit.
I'm not joking. Oh, gigantic.
This reminds me of those lawyer commercials. Have you or someone you've loved been called a racist? Call 1-800-I'm-NO-JOE. 1-800-I'm-NO-Joe Biden.
The blinders have been taken off. They've all of a sudden seen a hell of a lot clearer. They've seen, geez, the reason I was able to stay sequestered in my home is because some black woman was able to stack the grocery shelf.
But you get mad that you try to dig into what Trump said at the debate and about black jobs. You goofy, these people, telling you craziness.
The problems that the Democratic Party's having right now with this Joe Biden.
And you notice that black jobs thing didn't land, right, News? You must have disappeared, sir. I'm on my own.
No, I was just joking on soda.
Oh, soda? Okay.
Yeah.
No, for real, the black jobs thing, man. So this dude said something crazy, they ignored it. Trump didn't even say nothing crazy. And they're like, well, what's a black job?
Who said that? Joe did.
No. Trump said that in the debate about about taking away black jobs and jobs from
Hispanics.
Yeah.
Hispanic
jobs. But they wanted to focus, and it didn't even land. I'm like,
Right.
that's how bad it is. I'm like, that shit didn't even land.
Well, here's the good thing of that, though. I mean, that's it. Really, all they had to pick on.
They haven't said yet that Donald Trump did a bad job. They said he lied, and he didn't lie about a damn thing that I heard.
The only like things that I saw that were being used as an example were like he overstates things. Instead of saying most people, he said everybody. It's like, most people say that, huh?
That's human nature. They say everybody don't like him.
I'm just telling you what they were picking on, as far as saying, but again, if you go even just on YouTube even, and you go over to MSNBC's coverage of the debate, that's all you see from top to bottom in the chat. You just, he's just a liar, the liar.
They generalize a lot.
Yeah, their little heads spinning around. Oh, he's a liar. But there's no examples.
They can't
no
point
examples.
out the lie.
Yeah, no discussion. It's just that, it's just total Trump derangement.
And that's the problem with a lot of people that I talk to. They'll say they little fucking piece and, I don't want to hear it. I don't like it.
Yep.
Because they told you not to like it.
Yep, that's it. A bunch of guppies. You're sitting right on the shore with their mouths flapping.
I need you to not be such a mindless sheep. It's ridiculous.
Blue, no matter who.
Mindless sheep.
Guy, you guys got to be able to call it out. You can't let this slide because everybody else sees it, and Trump is going to eat him alive. He's going to eat that guy alive. The guy can barely remember what he's talking about while he's talking.
Free from violence, hatred, and fear. We want our country to be a place where every child from every background can grow up free from fear, innocent of hatred. There must be no tolerance for anti-Semitism in America. We must never ignore the vile poison of anti-Semitism or those who spread its venomous creed.
He's racist. Here's the deal.
If someone's racist and you don't know who you gonna call? Joe Biden.
Yeah, see, he doesn't know what he's talking about when he's talking. And this is not like this. I'm looking at this like a medical condition.
In one voice, our nation must condemn racism, bigotry, and white supremacy.
Now look at all these photos of Trump with various people of various nationalities trying to improve all their lives. If that's a racist, he's the worst white supremacist I've ever met. You failed, bro. Maybe you're like me and think all this is ridiculous. Maybe nobody is racist. Maybe that's the worst possible argument and you need to work harder in debate. But if you're a millennial who thinks everyone and everything is racist, I encourage...
You know what? It's crazy because all the millennials tend to. Everything.
And later, yeah.
It's like, what in the hell, man? I'm like, and I try to tell people, like, man, ain't no white knights coming down the street with torches and shit, man. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, really.
I'm like, man, that coming to snatch you, your daddy, or whoever the hell out of the house that won't comply. It's apples and oranges at this point.
Well, now we've said this before, that at least in this current day and age, not that it doesn't exist, it's just that the supply or the demand for racism just way exceeds the supply. You know what I mean?
For real. It's crazy, man.
encourage you not to vote this election. That's right, basketball players and famous musicians will tell you your voice needs to be heard, but I disagree. You need to stay home. You need to
Talking
rest.
about the ones that
Because
just
as you've seen
feel like
here,
they're racist.
there's no
Everybody
non-racist
racist.
choice. You couldn't bear to get up out of bed, go to the polls, and vote for either of these candidates. So sleep, stay home on November 3rd, so you can wake up and do what you do best on November 4th for the next decade. Call everyone and everything you don't like racist. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll leave all your racist comments below, telling people they're not black or Persian or they're never going to be welcome here or there, and tell us how you're going to unfollow us and unfriend us because we don't agree with you. We're
Right.
used to that. Also subscribe, add me on Instagram, Facebook, Telegram, Twitter, and don't forget, catch me on tour as soon as COVID allows everyone to tour again.
No. Yeah. So in that estimation, I know who the racist is and I know who's not. And I didn't even need to see that footage. I understood that a long time ago when he put jobs in the city where I came from. And then they still tried to dog him out about that because when he saw that y'all was stealing and doing all type of crazy shit, he shut that shit down. I mean, hell. It's crazy. People don't even understand, man. It's business.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody should try to be 10 times better than the next person. Shit. Hell. What do you even mean? Seriously. Man, so we done made it an hour with that footage and everything. That's good shit. Yeah. So, and the malfunction, all of that crap, it's crazy around here for some odd reason.
You have the best internet in the country.
Buddy, I got 3 different ways to get it too. So if I'm never going to go down. I got a Wi-Fi hotspot. Never going to go all the way down. We might have a glitch in the system, but we still going to get the show going. That's just how I feel about it, no matter what. I mean, except for some times that I might be incapacitated. It is the summertime and my birthday's coming up in August. I will be having a 1-month countdown.
I stopped having those.
Now, you know what? I celebrate it, man, because you know what? Life is life, and it's good to make it another year. Especially with all the shit that's going on. They literally.
All right. Well, let's just say that I just stopped counting them then.
Yeah, I mean, I count them like motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? I want to get to the point where I go into decline.
I'm still somewhere in my 30s, I think.
You know what? Besides my sore Achilles right now, I feel pretty good. I'm cool. I'm all right. Shit happens. Hey, I mean, it's better than last night. Last night I couldn't even sleep, bro. I was like, oh God, it hurts so bad. It hurts. What did I do? Yeah, so basically, man, we all get old. But I think that he was at a point in his life where his values, and I'm talking about Joe Biden, is his values. And certain things that are entrenched in you, they never leave. So I honestly feel like that he's playing a part. He always has been playing a part. You got to think about it. He plagiarized 3 or 4 different people. And they still kept him in politics. Why?
Because people don't pay attention. That's why.
That's how, you know, and the thing about it is if the internet hadn't been around, he would have went down just like that judge went down. He probably would have been in jail. I'm talking about in the 80s. Maybe the 90s, Joe Biden would have went in jail, and he deserved to be in jail because, of course, he authored or plagiarized the 94 crime bill.
Yeah, but I don't think you can go to jail for that.
No, he just deserves to go.
Yeah.
Because all the while, I'm sure he's been a criminal. I'm sure he's been
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm certain of that. And now your ass is old. And you don't even know if you're the president or not. You might think you Bo Bridges or some shit and you acting every damn day. Who knows? All I know, in my humble opinion, Joe Biden cannot. I'm talking about it is impossible for him to be making any decisions at this point. It was so funny when she walked him off them steps, and I'm like, damn, Trump said he can't find his way off the stage. That's true. I mean, the simplest of steps, one step. And he's like, oh shit, help me, baby. And that's why she came, because she knew he needed help. She know that. She's been with that man for years. She's been his mistress and his wife. So she know. And I think she filed for that. But she want power just as much as anybody else. You can tell. She liked them ugly ass dresses and shit. And she liked to think that she's younger than what she is. I don't know. I mean, that part I don't appreciate. Just on the humane side of things, I feel some type of way about that. But Joe Biden, from all the way up from there, what we saw up until now, all of that shit, I know you still a racist piece of shit.
And he's going to fight to stay on the ticket for this election.
And check it out, Democrats. Y'all screwed either way because you can't jump over him with dumb Kamala. She's just as bad. I don't understand anything to come out of her mouth.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens. It's going to be whatever they're going to destroy. Whatever we try to anticipate, it'll.
If they do that though, they're going to destroy the black base and the woman base. They're going to destroy it. I'm telling you, they're going to obliterate everything. If they, and I know that's what they're thinking about. And it's like, oh shit, if we jump over Kamala and try to get Gavin in here, then. But then if they try to go and jump over her and get Michelle, it's still fluky. They suspect now. People's antennas are up. And it's people's antennas up that they didn't intend to come up. I mean, this has been the hottest subject all weekend. You can't find shit else on YouTube, but this, man, this cognitive decline.
And so, let's see. No, let me put this up here. You remember this. We looked at this the other day. And so I'm going to go back to this. Let's go shrink it down just a little bit more. So this is the updated, and this is what's going on. So Trump is now at a minimum of 59% chance of winning, up from 55.3 a few hours before the debate. That's a big jump.
Okay.
All right. And so I don't even have to bring up the other one. I saved the other one as a PDF, but this shows the previous numbers. Let's see. Meanwhile, Biden dropped from 36.6% before the debate to just 22.1% after the debate. And so look at that. I mean, what is that? That's 14 points. That's more than 14 points just with a single debate.
It was, you know what? I had a feeling. I'm like, this is not going to go the way they think it's going to go.
Nope. And so here, your boy Gavin Newsom, who I don't think has a snowball's chance in hell of anything, he shot up to 9.8% chance of winning. And was at 5% earlier in the day before the debate.
They're still at 9.8%.
Exactly. This is what I'm saying. They don't have anybody that they can put in. And here's the funny thing is that if you go through this link, you will see that whoever's writing this, they are lefty as lefty can be a lefty. And they're still, talking about Biden like it's a train wreck. And you can tell that they just despise Trump. And this is talking about the electoral votes and everything else and how they come up with, look at this. Trump has a 66% chance to win the electoral vote. And this is where the big number comes in.
It's in landslide territory now.
It is. It really is. And so, and for folks who aren't familiar with this site or didn't see it the last time I pulled it up, this is where you find like the point spread for betting on the election. There's even links down here somewhere, where you can go to.
So another thing, if they fuck around and want to get real stupid and try to put this man in jail, whoa,
it's not going to go well for them.
Whoa,
yeah,
they got to think about this shit,
right? And
they got to call Marshawn, look, cool out.
Yeah, he's gonna
hold off on that shit.
Yeah,
woo. Because you keep on trying to throw mud on this man. You trying to throw shit on this man. He just keep on coming out smelling like a rose. Shouldn't that tell you anything? Stop. It's not luck anymore. It's called divine intervention.
Well, it is what it is, man. I mean, I don't know. I've been talking a lot of years about how it's eventually gotta come out. And it's just the thing that boggles my mind is that it just takes so long.
But like I said, I just feel like it's divine intervention. I think that it's the spirit world getting aligned.
I don't think so. I think it's inevitability.
I think that people looked at this eclipse like such a negative thing, man. But once that eclipse happened, shit started flipping crazy.
Well, that's your voodoo stuff then.
I'm just saying, shit just started going crazy. It was just like that was when a lot of goofy shit started happening with the Trump cases and all type of stuff. And it's like when everything kind of turned on a dime. I do believe in like lunar activity. I don't think that these planets are out here by themselves and not interacting and rolling around and not running into each other and shit on accident. I mean, it might be conspiracy theories, but shit, a lot of shit been considered a conspiracy theory. And to be honest with you, even yet and still, I just feel like that the world itself, has a way of whatever goes around comes around, man. You can't do certain things and expect it not to spin on you. Whether people can see it in public or they can't. But I think that the just desserts is that they've dogged Donald Trump and scandalized this man in public. And it's coming right back to him in the public. The same public that tried to hide it. The same damn public that tried to say, oh, don't believe your eyes, believe me. It's the equivalent, like I keep on saying, to a girlfriend walking in on their man and say, it wasn't me. It was a whole song. It was a hit. It wasn't me. And it's crazy because people actually think like that. They reserve the thought of to delete what they actually saw and move on. Men in Black type shit. Compartmentalization. These people do that shit nowadays. That's why a lot of people be sitting on people's couch with repressed memories. And the thing about it is these people will literally see this shit for themselves and be like, and when the media say, oh, it's a cheap fake, oh yeah, it is. Well, if that's the case, then there's a lot of shit that's cheap fakes. You need to blow the doors open on R. Kelly cell then. If we deep faking and cheap faking, it's all got to be the same. I know they fuck with footage. CNN do it all the time. They're the best. They'll fuck around and spend some shit in a minute, but they can't spend this because they wanted to do it live and they wanted to have all these punk ass rules. And I'm like, you know what? That's a good thing for Trump, man. It really was, because what it allowed for him to do was be more subdued. When he did speak, it was definitely important, and he definitely put Biden out there for being out there cognitively impaired, but he didn't say nothing to hurt him. He made sure that people was like, you see what I see, right? I don't understand. Did you? He don't understand. Nobody understands. But what I do understand is that we living in a world right now where we got a president that if the phone rang at 3 a.m. in the morning, he might not even be ready to answer. He ain't, if shit go left, what? That's why it takes him days and days and weeks and shit to address stuff that's going on in the actual world. That's why he can't speak on what's happening with these people that's doing the Hamas protest. He can't. He don't know what the hell is going on. I don't even think that they allow this man to watch television or the news or nothing. He probably walked up to Dana Bash and Jake Tapper was like, nice to meet you. And you know you done met their ass before. Him gone. And they scared because they know that Kamala Harris is a dum-dum and they do not want to give her the keys. That's what they need to do, because it's not that he is not equipped to run for the president. He's not equipped to even be president. It's over. It's a wrap. You letting these people, these Jean Pierres and all these people push their bullshit on America. And it makes no sense. None of this shit makes sense. It's like everything that was straight is not crooked. Everything that was cheap is not expensive. And our money is going to Ukraine. You got to be kidding me. They playing with us in our face. And one thing is for sure, I don't give a damn if they pull him now. The only person they can get to make me vote Democrat is Jesus, and I know Jesus ain't with none of the stuff that's going on that side. It's no good. Foul on the play. These people think that they can sit up here, run lies, turn around, and then act like they don't know that they just ran lies. Oh, I can't believe that he can't walk and can't talk and can't do nothing and can't talk about nothing and stare off into space. Y'all knew that. We knew that. We've been talking about that. But we crazy as hell. We're crazy. We're the ones that don't know what we're seeing. Come on, man. What type of world are y'all trying to have us living in? I'm not finna play that game. Y'all don't put this old man out here as a figurehead, and y'all got exposed. And the thing about it is, he been in cognitive decline. He was better 4 years ago when he was debating Trump than he is right now. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. That's one of the reasons why y'all lucky that y'all didn't decide to let this stream on YouTube. It'd have been millions of more people that would have saw this foolishness, but millions and millions of enough here and overseas saw that. And I just hope that they have a little mercy on us. Because we got exposed. Our slip is hanging. Dressed damn near off. We butt naked out here in these streets. Because we got a man in office that literally, like Donald Trump said, cannot put two sentences together. And that sucks. It really and truly sucks. So what's going on, everybody in the chat? I see y'all over there chop it up. Y'all over there getting it. Let me get some shout outs, man, because y'all been up in here and I appreciate it. I really do. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Joe Brandon in the building. Shout out to Kilroy Girl, Niecy Mo. You already know. You know the link. You can go ahead and get in here where you fit in. Mr. E409, what's going on? What is really going on? I think I saw V White in here somewhere. Yep, there go V White. And I got one more that I can't miss because she came in here early. And the child, what is really going on? I appreciate y'all for coming and checking me out tonight. Noobs, where you at? Did you leave me, sir? Did you leave me while I went on my rant? You went and walked the dog? Something? Oh, Lord.
Nah, man, I had my fingers on the keys.
Okay, cool beans, man. I'm just meddling with you. You know, yeah, I went on a little rant there. I do apologize, but I had to get that out because I think it's ridiculous what we're going through. It's crazy. You know, now, conspiracy theories aside, noobs. It's amazing to me. Like I said, you had me watch 1984. That was kind of like an assignment, I felt. And I watched it with such deep intent, so it really pains me to know that we living in it. You know, some people are. They're living in that thought process to where they don't even want you to think different than what they think in your own head.
And they don't even know what it is that they think, though. That is the big dichotomy with this whole thing. And that's why you see the left completely eating their own.
I'm here to tell you. Big Vibe. Yes, sir. What's up, baby? How you doing?
What up? What up with man?
Hey, there he is.
What's going on, man? What's been going on with you fellas, man?
Yeah, been out here running debates and had a hell of a night. What was it, Thursday?
Yeah, I saw. I listened to y'all a little bit. Was that after the debate?
Mm-hmm.
It went off.
Man,
Yeah, man.
Some of the wildest shit I done seen, man. That was better than that was. I don't know. It was thoroughly entertaining.
Yeah, we did pre-game, during game, and post-game.
I was so hyped up after the fact.
Me and my dad.
What just happened here?
Me and my dad was watching that shit, man. We were laughing so hard, bro. Like that shit could be a comedy special, man.
When Trump hit him with the I don't know what he said, and I don't think he even know. I was done. I was like, oh, cold-blooded.
Yeah.
I'm like, boy, what a. And yeah, I'm like, he talking about, yeah, you a convicted felon when your son is a convicted
Hell, yeah.
felon.
But I didn't, one thing that stood out is, Sleepy Joe said, oh, yeah, you got more things to come, more legal things.
Yeah, it seemed like he was telling him, yeah, I'm finna hit you with the whoop-de wop. Like, good Lord. Like, that was crazy, wasn't it? I was like, did he just say that he was gonna get him again?
Yeah.
Said the quiet part out loud.
Yeah, man. I was like, and I was waiting for that debate, man. I kind of figured it would be like that, but it's just like
I didn't know, man, with all them rules and shit, and I didn't know what they was gonna hit him with or whatever. But I know he had an earpiece in.
Boy, them facial expressions by Trump, boy, that shit just killing me.
Like when he looked at him, when he said the one thing, he looked at him again, like, you cool? Damn, what's going on with this dude? It's like people looking at like, what is really? Oh Lord!
It's Joe Biden facial expression every time Trump say something. It's like, like, huh? Did he just, huh?
Oh shit! Crazy! It's crazy. I'm like that. I'm like they didn't mean for this shit to hit the television screen. They definitely. This is not what they expected. That dude had the answers 10 days before. Okay, he had the questions and the answers, and he's still jackballing.
He was talking about the insurrection.
It killed me when they was talking about birth control. Did he flip to immigration? I was like, man, what the fuck?
They talk about the birth control and talk about the fucking immigrant that raped the woman.
I was like, huh? What? And then he was like, and then people getting raped by their in-laws and their sisters and brothers and shit. Yeah. That's the problem. I'm like, Lord,
that's how close to where he is in like West Virginia and places like that.
Yeah, they get taking showers with their daddies and shit. Yeah. Talk that shit, Joe. You tell it on yourself.
Yeah, man. Y'all fellas been good though, huh?
Man, but I just hit him earlier with this video that this guy put out about who was racist or not.
What's up, Roy, girl? I've been told people, man, a lot of our people, they're not up to par when it comes to Joe Biden and a lot of the things that he assisted and signed off on. He was a part of these laws and different things, and within the that affected a lot of the black community. They don't know that. They only say Trump racist because the TV told them Donald Trump is a racist. You know what I'm saying? Right. So you have a lot of people that, like we've been discovered, a lot of our people are not going to go and do the research. They're going to run with the trending topic. So if the trending topic is Donald Trump's a racist, they're going to run with that. But then you can say, like, we can sit here and name blacks that this man done rented to, that he done funded programs to, he done all type of like charities to, different things, and a lot of our people aren't aware of that. So it's easy for them to just hear the TV say, "Oh, Donald Trump's a racist," and yeah, he don't like black people. Like, what the hell? Like, I mean, it's crazy though, man. But
and when you look at the proof, it get even worse. It's like, damn, y'all sit up here and lie on this man and say he didn't denounce this, even with the election. He said that if it's fair, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good answer. That's a damn good answer. Well, he avoided no. If it's fair and ain't no fuckery, then yeah, I accept that shit. But I ain't gonna accept nothing if I know you actually cheated. I'm not gonna sit here and just be cool with that and ride with that. No.
I mean,
it's an open-ended question that, you know what I'm saying, it's like y'all wanting to answer it definitively, but there's no, I mean, the answer is what it is. if it's fair, because I know y'all cheated. And y'all feel the same way. If y'all felt like the Republicans cheated, y'all be all over that shit.
Yeah, I mean, just like Trump said, if a lot of this shit that's going on now in the White House was going on when he was president, then it would be a fucking problem. But
man, shit. And what was crazy about that debate situation, man, when you looked at Trump versus him, man, you knew it was over when they walked when they walked on stage. I'm like, nah, I'm Biden barbecue chicken. It's over.
I think Biden just doing this shit. I mean, he just repeating, rehearsing.
He a puppet, man. Absolute puppet.
What's already understood. You know what I'm saying?
He a puppet. They got dirt on him. You better get out here and say what we want you to say.
You try to remember what we told you to say. You know.
Yeah, but they say he only good. They say his hours is from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. when he actually good.
That motherfucker sound like a battery, don't it?
I'm like, he a part-time president, man.
I guess he a Tesla model.
I'm telling you, you don't go far. You got to charge him up.
Plug him in.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, that shit crazy. It's like, damn. So they was like, so when he was overseas, he was thrown off because of the time. Nah, man. Boo.
He thrown off because his goddamn equilibrium is thrown off. Motherfucker always tripping and falling. Ain't got no balance. I mean, this shit just crazy, man.
But the problem that I got is the problem that I've always had with the media. You know that we got the same issue with the media when it comes to R. Kelly, man. These motherfuckers are some lying son of bitches. You can't trust them.
No.
You can't trust them. I mean, they just proved themselves to a lot of people who actually follow CNN. They follow MSNBC. Like, motherfuckers, y'all been lying the whole damn time.
CNN, we all know that them motherfuckers.
But that pissed some people off.
CNN is nowhere near. CNN is up right next to motherfucking.
And they flipped on his man. They flipped on that dude like I'm talking about 30 minutes in the game. I think we lost Vi for a second.
Oh no! I had to go back and look at some footage here because you know how and it's come up a couple of times how he can't find and get himself on and off the stage and that sort of thing. And I'm just reminded that, when you're jacked up full of amphetamines, your pupils are probably like super small, like it's bright daylight outside. So he can't see the stairs, and when he was trying to get off the debate stage the other night, they were backlit, and so that light is right in his face and he probably can't see anything else around it.
So he's high the motherfucker. That's why he
Could be part of the problem.
That's why he pointed at the podium. He was like, "Oh, right there. Okay, cool."
Yep. Probably just looks like a shadowy outline to him.
Yeah, go stand at that blur. And then he started hallucinating. All his favorite cartoon characters started coming out.
Yeah.
Foghorn and shit.
Because I'm looking at debate footage and it's like, he's squinting the whole time.
And I'm like, there's no teleprompter. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Because usually he squint like that when it's a teleprompter. I'm like, they got something way in the back. They're trying to get his ass to read. What's going on?
Yeah.
So you can do it, Joe.
And Joe is just sitting here. He's just trying to follow, and he's just not.
Yeah, so let's check out some highlights.
Biden, you would be 86 at the end of your second term. How do you address concerns about your capability to handle the toughest job in the world well into your 80s?
Well, first of all, I spent half my career being
the
youngest person in politics. I was the second youngest person ever elected to the United States Senate, and now I'm the oldest. This guy's 3 years younger and a lot less competent.
Former President Trump, to follow up, you would be 82 at the end of your second term. What do you say to voters who have concerns about your capabilities to serve?
Well, I took 2 tests, cognitive tests. I aced them. both of them, as you know. We made it public. He took none. I'd like to see him take one, just one, a real easy
me
one.
too.
Like go through the first 5 questions. He couldn't do it. But I took 2 cognitive tests. I took physical exams every year. And, you know, we knock on wood wherever we may have wood, that I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships, not even senior, 2 regular club championships. To do that, you have to be quite smart, and you have to be able to hit the ball a long way. And I do it. He doesn't do it. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. He challenged me to a golf match. He can't hit a ball 50 yards. I think I'm in very good shape. I feel that I'm as in good a shape as I was 25, 30 years ago. Actually, I'm probably a little bit lighter, but I'm in as good a shape as I was years ago. I feel very good. I feel the same. But I was willing to take a cognitive test. And you know what? If I didn't do well, I aced them.
We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our healthcare system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have.
That's one of my favorite looks.
Oh, my goodness.
When Trump looked over at him like that, and then he looked again, watch you go, like, wait, what? Are you okay? It was almost like he was starting to feel sorry for him. Shit.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare.
He set that one up for a spike, didn't he?
Yep.
Jesus, just serve it up. Serve it up for a spike. Shit, because hit it right back in his face. Boom. Yeah, you beat it in the ground. Shit. Giving it to all the immigrants. And they say that Trump didn't stay on topic. I'm glad that he stuck to his topics. Fuck what you talk about. Let's talk about this border shit. Why would you allow all these people for these jails and mental institutions? Talk to me, Joe.
Yeah. Hey, before you go on, check this out. Here, let me bring this up here. Check this out. Now, you might have to blow up your screen to see it, but this dude's pupils are pinpoint. You see that?
Oh.
And if you go back to the beginning of your video here, you can see how dark it is inside of that, stage that they've got set up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd like to find another one, and we'll probably see it in your video. Let's see if we see another one where we can see Trump's pupils and see if they are pinpoints like this guy.
All right, let's go.
And these people should be in jail, and they should be the ones who are being held accountable.
I can see Trump's pupils now.
He wants to let them all out, and now he says if he loses again, such a whiner that he is, that it could be a bloodbath.
On January 6th,
Oh, what a
we had a
dickhead.
great
You're
border.
still trying to use that
Nobody
bloodbath
coming
thing.
through, very few. On January 6th, we were energy independent. On January 6th, we had the lowest taxes ever. We had the lowest regulations ever. On January 6th, we were respected all over the world. All over the world, we were respected. And then he comes in, and we're now laughed at. We're like a bunch of stupid people. What happened to the United States' reputation under this man's leadership is horrible.
Will you pledge tonight that once all legal challenges have been exhausted, that you will accept the results of this election, regardless of who wins, and you will say right now that political violence in any form is unacceptable?
Well, I shouldn't have to say that, but of course I believe that. It's totally unacceptable. And if you would see my statements that I made on Twitter at the time, and also my statement that I made in the Rose Garden, you would say it's one of the strongest statements you've ever seen. In addition to the speech I made in front of, I believe, the largest crowd I've ever spoken to, and I will tell you, nobody ever talks about that. They talk about a relatively small number of people.
This dude is in a trance.
Yeah, he's all slack-jawed. He's got one eye open.
Oh, my goodness.
People that went to the Capitol, and in many cases were ushered in by the police. And as Nancy Pelosi said, it was her responsibility, not mine. She said that loud and clear. But the answer is, if the election is fair, free, and I want that more than anybody. And I'll tell you something. I wish he was a great president, because I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be at one of my many places enjoying myself. I wouldn't be under indictment because I wouldn't have been his political opponent, because he indicted me because I was his opponent. Russia would have never attacked if I were president.
I can tell that he had everything almost to do with that shit too. Just by the way he responds and he shakes his head sometimes, Joe Biden, it let me know you're lying.
So here you go. Look how much bigger his pupils are. Same debate, standing right next to him.
Yep, he was higher than giraffe pussy.
Mm-hmm. And go back to, where did he go?
Yeah, like I said, I can see Trump's pupils when we were watching the video. Like I can see them now.
Yeah. And then go back to this. Yeah, dude is high as a kite, man.
Yeah. Says cocaine.
Question
Or
was,
something.
will you accept the results of the election, regardless of who wins? Yes or no, please.
If it's a fair and legal and good election, absolutely. I would have much rather accepted these, but the fraud and everything else was ridiculous. And if you want, we'll have a news conference on it in a week, or we'll have another one of these in a week. But I will absolutely, there's nothing I'd rather do. It would be much easier for me to do that.
What is the question?
Then I'm running again. I wasn't really going to run until I saw the horrible job he did. He's destroying our country. I would be very happy to be someplace else, in a nice location someplace. And again, no indictments, no political opponent stuff, because it's the only way he thinks he can win. But unfortunately, it's driven up my numbers and driven them up to a very high level because the people understand it.
Yes, we do.
Let's see what your numbers are when this election is over. Let's see. You're a whiner. When you lost the first time, you continued, you appealed and appealed to courts all across the country. Not one single court in America said any of your claims had any merit, state or local, none. But you continue to provoke this lie about somehow there's all this misrepresentation, all this stealing. There is no evidence of that at all. And I tell you
there
what,
is.
I
Lots
don't
of it.
accept it because you're such a whiner. The idea, if you lose again, you accepting anything, you can't stand the loss. Something snapped in you when you lost the last time. The only person on this stage is a convicted felon is the man I'm looking at right now. And the fact of the matter is, what he's telling you is simply not true. The fact is that there was no effort on his part to stop what was going on up in Capitol Hill. And all those people, every one of those who were convicted, deserves to be convicted.
Like so many politicians, this man is just a complainer. He said, we want to do this, we want to do that, we want to get rid of this tax, that tax. But he doesn't do anything. All he does is make our country unsafe by allowing millions and millions of people to pour in. This was his dream. I talked to him about it, his dream. The difference is he never would have invaded Ukraine, never. Just like Israel would have never been invaded in a million years by Hamas. You know why? Because Iran was broke with me. I wouldn't let anybody do business with them. They ran out of money. They were broke. They had no money for Hamas. They had no money for anything, no money for terror. That's why you had no terror at all during my administration. This place, the whole world is blowing up under him.
The only one who wants the war to continue is Hamas, number one. They're the only ones standing out. We're still pushing hard to get them to accept.
Israel's the one that wants to go. He said the only one that wants to keep going is Hamas. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job. He doesn't want to do it. He's become like a Palestinian, but they don't like him because he's a very bad Palestinian. He's a weak one. Our veterans are on the street. They're dying because he doesn't care about our veterans. He doesn't care. He doesn't like the military at all, and he doesn't care about our veterans. Nobody been worse. I had the highest approval rating for veterans taking care of the VA. He has the worst. He's gotten rid of all the things that I approved, choice that I got through Congress, all of the different things I approved, they abandoned. We had by far the highest, and now it's down in less than half because he's done all these great things that we did, and I think he did it just because I approved it.
Where are the lies they talking about he told?
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm still waiting on one.
Which is crazy.
But he has killed so many people at our border by
Thank you,
allowing
President Trump.
all of these people to come in.
President
and it's
Biden.
a very sad day in America.
President Biden, you have the mic.
Every single thing he said is a lie. Every single one. For example, veterans are a hell of a lot better off since I passed the PACT Act.
What? Whatever.
1 million of them now have insurance and their families have it.
They need places to live. What is with this insurance shit? You can't insure nothing if you ain't got nothing. You feel me?
Yep.
The fuck? Oh my God.
Their families have it because what happened, whether it was Agent Orange or burn pits, they're all being covered now. And his group opposed that. We're also in a situation where we have great respect for veterans. My son spent a year in Iraq, living next to one of those burn pits, came back with stage 4 glioblastoma. I was recently in France for D-Day, and I spoke all about those heroes that died. I went to the World War I cemetery he refused to go to. He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser. I support.
So what was that like? You were supposed to mean like, I'm gonna kick your ass or something?
He keeps repeating that same lie about Trump quote.
My goodness.
That I'm in very good health. I just won 2 club championships. Actually, Israel is the one, and you should let him go and let him finish the job.
A year in Iraq, living next to one of those burn pits, came back with stage 4 glioblastoma. I was recently in France for D-Day, and I spoke all about those heroes that died. I went to the World War I cemetery he refused to go to.
This is a very scripted speech.
Yep. Practiced over and over and over again.
Because it was an insult at the end.
He was standing with his 4-star general, and he told me, he said, I don't want to go in there because they're a bunch of losers and suckers. My son was not a loser, was not a sucker. You're the sucker. You're the loser. I supported Roe v. Wade, which had 3 trimesters. The first time is between the woman and the doctor. Second time is between the doctor and an extreme situation. The third time is between the doctor, between the woman and the state. The idea that the politicians, that the founders wanted the politicians to be the ones making decisions about women's health is ridiculous.
He can take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth, because some states, Democrat run, take it after birth. Again, the former governor of Virginia, put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby. Nobody wants that to happen, Democrat or Republican. Nobody wants it to happen.
That is simply not true. The Roe v. Wade does not provide for that. That's not the circumstance. Only if a woman's life is in danger, she's going to die. That's the only circumstance in which that can happen. But we are not for late-term abortion, period. Period, period. We had an economy that was in free fall. The pandemic was so badly handled. Many people were dying. All he said was, it's not that serious. Just inject a little bleach into your arm. You'll be all right. The economy collapsed.
Yep, that was enough scripted shit. Just the way he delivered it lets me know.
There were no jobs. Unemployment rate rose to 15%. It was terrible. And so what we had to do is try to put things back together again. And that's exactly what we began to do. We created 15,000 new jobs. We brought out the position where we have 800,000 new manufacturing jobs. But there's more to be done. There's more to be done. Working class people are still in trouble.
We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. We have never done so well. Everybody was amazed by it. Other countries were copying us. We got hit with COVID. And when we did, we spent the money necessary so we wouldn't end up in a Great Depression, the likes of which we had in 1929.
Serious, ain't it, man? It's crazy.
It'll be a big deal once we get, gas prices back down to around, $2, $2.50.
You did not.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Well, I'll tell you what, everybody, man. It's been one tonight. We're going to get up out of here, and we shouldn't have any restrictions on that tonight. It's been real. I appreciate it, man. We have had a long weekend with this debate, and I've just been kind of watching footage and, trying to bring you all a really good presentation. I hope I did that. Had a couple technical difficulties, but you know how it is. Once again, I do appreciate y'all. And if Noobs, you got anything to say before we get up out of here, let's go.
No, man. Have a good night, everybody. I mean, sometimes it feels like we're beating a dead horse, but it's just too good to pass up, man. It's like shooting fish in a barrel right now.
Oh, man, for real. We gonna keep rolling, too. So on that note, man, we appreciate everything that y'all do. Make sure that on your way out, you hit that like button. And we are absolutely up out of here. We finna go ahead and rotate.
How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we say fuck this piece shit and grab them clappers? How long before we lose our voices shouting Black Lives Matter? How long we gon' keep letting them disrespect our president? How long we gon' keep letting them terrorize our residents? I'm sick of this shit. It's word to Bernie Mac. How long before we police ourselves, take our own streets back? How long for Uncle Tom here and hate on this shit? How long before they take a shot at me for making this shit? How long I gotta wait for justice for Josiah Shaw? How long we gotta fake it till we can take it and whack 'em all? How long we not gonna make these youngins pull their pants up? How long we gonna keep letting them shoot us down with our hands up? How long we gonna keep killing our own and making these streets hot? How long will what I say to you stay with you when the beat stop? How long's your attention span? How long you watch the news? You ain't down to shake shit up with the rebels for the cause? I ain't talking to you.